Hi, boys and girls. My name is Miss Jennifer, and I'm a teaching artist in the Pace Art program. I am here today to connect some things that you've been learning in your classroom into a fun art lesson. I am so glad that you could join me today. Today, we'll be talking about a few things you have been learning with your classroom teacher. We will also be learning a few new things with me today in art. Our art lesson for today will be 4 different drawings. But guess what? We're going to draw all 4 of them on one sheet of paper. Wow, that's going to be fun. So today we'll be learning about who lives in a community, what are good citizens, who are good citizens in our community, how do good citizens help us stay safe, and who are good community helpers. We will also be using lines, shapes, and colors on our picture today. We will be learning how to use lines and shapes. We're going to connect them together to draw our pictures. In art, it is a lot easier if you draw a picture by starting with lines first and adding shapes, because then you're breaking up all of the different parts of the picture instead of looking at the whole picture, because sometimes looking at the whole picture can be a little overwhelming, but breaking it down can make it easy and fun. With your classroom teacher this week, you are learning about good citizens, and good citizens are people who keep us safe and who do great things in our community. So, what is a good citizen? Well, a good citizen is someone who respects others and their property. They are helpful and considerate, willing to put others first, and helps people who need help. So basically what that says is that good citizens respect others and their property. That means that if it is not theirs, then they don't touch it and they don't harm it. They are helpful and considerate, which means that if someone needs help, they are there for you. And they're willing to put others first. That means that they will stop what they're doing to help if you need. Do you think a teacher is a good citizen? How does a teacher help you? So do you think a teacher is a good citizen? Do teachers help you? If you need help, are they there for you? So I would say, yes, a teacher is a good citizen. And here you can see a teacher with a class full of children. And here's another teacher with a class full of children. Now, do you think that only men can be teachers? No. Do you think that women could be teachers? Yes. So for different jobs, both men and women can do the same jobs. All right. And so the next one we're going to talk about is this guy. Is a doctor a good citizen? How does a doctor help you? Yes, I would say that a doctor is a good citizen. And so how does a doctor help you? Well, the doctor helps you by giving you medicine for you to feel better. A doctor helps you if you break your arm to put a cast on it for it to heal the right way. And a doctor also takes care of you when you have an itchy throat. So, yes, a doctor helps you to feel better. The next one is you guessed it, a firefighter. Is a firefighter a good citizen? How does a firefighter help you? Well, I would think that yes, a firefighter is a good citizen because we know that they help us. Can you tell me what this fireman helps us with? Well, if you said they help to put out fires, you are correct. So a fireman helps to save houses and buildings where people live and people work. But sometimes it might also be a fire like in a car. The fireman will try to save the car by putting the fire out. So yes, I would say that a teacher, a doctor, and a fireman are all good citizens. They are all there to help if you need. Who else do you think could be a good citizen? Do you think that maybe a soldier in the military could be a good citizen? Are they there to help us? Yes, they are. So definitely they are a good citizen. How about a farmer? Let's think about it. What does a farmer do that helps us? Well, the farmer plants plants that help us to have vegetables and trees to have fruits. And they raise animals so that we can also have food to eat. So I would say that a farmer is a good community citizen. And how about a postman? Yes, a postman would be a good citizen. And there are lots of others, like a dentist, a cafeteria worker, maybe a librarian, maybe the garbage man. How about at school? How about a principal? How about getting to school? How about a bus driver? I would think that a bus driver is a really good citizen because they pick you up at home, bring you to school, and then bring you back home. How about a custodian? How about a banker? Someone who works at the bank and takes care of money. Yes, I think they are all good citizens. Now, I want you to close your eyes for a minute, and I want you to think about a good citizen. Who is someone that you know would help you if you need help? All right, open your eyes, and now I want you to whisper to your friend the person that you thought about that is a good citizen. Good job. I heard some really good answers. Awesome. So now I want to go on and I want to do a little something with you. So there's a few of these that we've already talked about, but we're going to kind of go over them again. So I need you to think about what kind of good citizen would use these different tools. We have a fire extinguisher, a fire hydrant, and we have hoses. Let's think about it. If you said a fireman, you are correct. And a fireman drives a what? A fire truck. Good job. And so let's look at another one. If I have a letter and I have a mailbox, who do you think might deliver those to your house? If you said a mailman, you are right. Good job. A mailman is a good citizen because they help to bring mail that you need to your house. Good job. All right, and the next one has food that they put on trays. How about a good hamburger on a tray? You have one of these people at school. Think about when you go to lunch. We have the what? You have a cafeteria worker. And that is the person who gives you that yummy food when you are at school. But a cafeteria worker can also be in a restaurant that you go and eat in. All right, I think you're going to recognize this one. Who is a good citizen that uses these? What are those called? Oh, I heard the answer. Somebody said handcuffs. Good job. Do you guys know what this is called? It is a baton. Good job. What good citizen you think uses handcuffs and a baton to keep us safe? Well, if you said a police officer, good job. And here is a police car. Right. Policemen use a police car to drive around in the city or in the country to take care of us. Now, let's think about this. Does a police person have to be a man, or can it also be a woman? You're right. It could be a man or it could be a woman. Good job. Now, let's get to one that we all have to go to. If we have a prescription for medicine that's given to us, and those syringes from those shots that we sometimes have to get, who do you think we're going to see? Well, if you said a doctor, you are right. We go to see a doctor to feel better. Our doctor is a good citizen. So now, let's think about this one. If we have a paper that says A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, we have a pencil, and we also have scissors. Who do you think might use these? Well, it's probably a place where you're at right now. How about a teacher in the classroom? Good job. And so teachers are good citizens. All right, let's look at this one. And what do we see? A thermometer, a scale to take your weight to see how much you weigh, and this is big word, a stethoscope. Who do you think this might be? Well, if you said a nurse, you are right. Good job. And so the nurse helps the doctor at the doctor's office. And what if we have a screwdriver? This is a wrench. Let's say together, a wrench. Good job. And we have a piece of equipment like an excavator. Who do you think this good citizen might be? Well, if you said a construction worker, you are right. Construction workers help us build homes. They fix the roads that need repairs. And so they are good citizens. And we have one more that we're going to talk about today. And let's look at this. We have a dog, a cat, and that big word again, a stethoscope. Right, and who do you think that might be? A veterinarian. Good job. How many of you have pets? How many of you take your pet to the veterinarian? Well, the veterinarian is a good citizen because they keep our pets healthy. All right, boys and girls, so today the supplies that you're going to need is a white sheet of paper. It doesn't matter what size your paper is. You're going to need a marker. It can either be a black marker, a brown marker. If you decide you want to use another color, maybe like a dark blue, that will be fine. And we're also going to be using a variety of crayons. So let's get all of our supplies together so that we can begin. Right, I have my marker and I have my paper and I now have my crayons. And you should have yours too. The very first thing that we're going to do with our white paper today is we're going to look at this line right here. This line is going from top to bottom. This is a straight line. Now let's think about this. If it's starting from the top and going to the bottom, it has a direction. And that direction is a vertical line from top to bottom. So we're going to take our paper and we're going to start at the top and we're going to draw all the way down to the bottom. We are making a vertical line down the middle of our paper. Now if your line is not straight, don't worry about it. It is okay as long as you have your line going from top to bottom. Try to make it straight, but it's okay if it's not exactly straight. Good job. All right, so now I want to look at this line that is going across. I'm going to start from one side and I'm going to draw it all the way to the other side. Horizontal line. All right, so here we go. We're going to start about right here, kind of in the middle. And remember, we're going from one side to the other side. So let's start from one side right in the middle all the way to the other side. You will now see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different parts of our paper. We're going to be drawing a picture in each one of these. All right, so we're going to start off first, and we are going to be drawing our teacher. We're going to start off first by using one of these shapes to draw the head. Do you think it's a circle, rectangle, another rectangle, or a triangle? If you said a circle, you are correct. So about right here, just put your finger close to the middle of your paper. You're going to draw a circle. And remember, that circle will be your teacher's head. Good job. All right, now we want to draw the body of our teacher. And we're going to use our curved line. Now remember, it doesn't matter which way you turn your curved line. It will still be a curved line. We're going to be using this curved line and this curved line next. So watch me. I'm going to start at the head and I'm going to make a curved line going from the head to the bottom, and then again on this side the opposite way from the head to the bottom. We're going to use that same line again, and we're going to start here, and now we're going to make the arms. 1, 2, 1, 2. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Now those are our teacher's arms. If you want, you can go ahead and put your teacher's hair. It can be curly hair, it can be long hair, it can be short hair, any kind of hair that you want. Then we're going to make the eyes, and we're just simply going to use a dotted line. If you look here, this is our dotted line. It's from a dot and a space and a dot. Then we're going to make a nose, and we can just use this little line, straight line. And we want to use our curved line, and I think we want to make our teacher a happy person because our teacher is a good citizen. So there you go. And we can also put some buttons on her shirt. Now a teacher uses a piece of paper to write on. So here we go. Straight line and straight line. Those are two horizontal lines. Here we go. Straight line, and there we have our paper. If you kind of want to scribble on it a little bit, you can. And then if we look here, we have our rectangles. We have a thick one and a thin one. We're going to use our thin rectangle, and we're going to put this shape on the end. What shape is this, boys and girls? A triangle. Do you have any idea what we just made? A pencil. Good job. Now we're moving on to the next one. So here we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to make a policeman, but we're going to put his hat on first. So we're going to start first at the top with a horizontal straight line. Then we're going to turn those lines just like this so that we are now making what's called a diagonal line. So here's 1 and 2, 1 on each side. And then we're going to go back to our curved line and we're going to make a curve on the bottom. And that is his hat. So we're going to use a curved line for his face instead of a circle. And we're going to do just like this. We're going to repeat the same thing that we did for our teacher's body. A curved line and a curved line. And then remember the curved lines for his arms, just like this. Now we're going to make a small curve just like this inside of his hat. And then we could also make some curved lines. That is the little police sign that shows us it's a police on his hat. Here again, his eyes. We can make a nose and a mouth. And we can also make one of these right here. So a curve and a curve. And there we go. Now our policeman uses handcuffs. So our handcuffs would be a circle with another circle on the inside. A circle with another circle on the inside. And we can just kind of connect it together with a little wavy line, just like that. And remember, he had that other tool called a baton. And so we could do it like a skinny, thin rectangle. All right, now right here, we're going to work on our construction worker. Again, we'll do the hat first. Here is our straight line. Remember, that is our horizontal line. And a curve on the top. Now watch this. Just like we made the curves for the body, I'm going to do the same thing on the hat. Right in the middle, a curve and a curve. And then I'm going to make another curve on the bottom. What do you think that might be? You're right, that will be his face. So here we go. Let's make another face. Dotted lines, a dot for the nose and the mouth. And we're going to now make his body. So same way, curve going this way, curve going that way. And what do we do next? His arms, good job. Curve going this way, curve going this way, curve going this way, and a curve going this way. And if you want to add some buttons down his shirt, you can, maybe a line, and you could even make him a little rectangle pocket. He's going to be using a wrench. Now watch this. I'm going to use my curved line. So here's 1. And then I'm going to make another curved line right underneath. Now I'm drawing it for you, so don't draw it on your paper yet. And then we're going to leave a space and we're going to do it upside down. So a curve and another curve. Then we're going to connect it together with 2 straight lines. Those are 2 vertical lines. And there we go. We have our wrench. And if you look at this part, what does this remind you of? Well, if you said a moon, which is a crescent moon, you are correct. So let's make his little wrench with a curve and another curve. Leave a space. Now we're doing it upside down. Curve and connect it together. Now, let's make a screwdriver. We're going to use our rectangle, and we're simply going to use a straight line for our screwdriver. And we have one more person, one more good citizen to draw, and that is our doctor. Now, I want you to think about something. As we've been drawing today, we have been using different kinds of lines and shapes. So we're really going to focus on that when we're drawing our doctor today. Let's think about it. Let's go back. So our teacher had a circle for a face. So instead of looking at the whole face and saying, oh, I need to draw the eyes and the nose and everything that goes in the face, we simply broke it down into one shape And then we added the lines that we needed for the face. And we did the same thing with the body. We broke it down into 2 curved lines, added a dotted line for the buttons, and did the same thing for the arms. A curve and a curve, a curve and a curve. So instead of looking at the whole body, we broke it down using shapes and lines to make our body. And so let's do that with our doctor. We're going to start first. Remember, we're breaking it up into lines and shapes. Here is our doctor's head. Is that a line or a shape, boys and girls? Well, if you said a shape, you are correct. We're using a shape. Now, if for his body I use a curved line, did I just use a shape or a line? You're right. I used a line. I used the wavy line. And again, I'm going to use my wavy line on this side. Was that a line or a shape that I used? You're right. I used a line. So the shape was the head, the lines made the body. And again, I'm going to make my arms. Curved line, curved line. That is 2 curved lines. Again, using lines. 1 curved line, 1 curved line to make his arms. Again, we looked at 2 curved lines. So we have a shape for his head and curved lines that we use for the rest of the body. So instead of thinking about drawing the whole doctor at first, you stop and think about, how can I make it simpler? How can I make it easier for me to be able to draw this picture? Again, I looked for shapes first, and then I used lines, connected them together to make my picture. And so now we're going to use our dots for his eyes. We can maybe make a curved line for his nose and a big old curved line for his smile. I think our doctor's gonna have really short hair, so let's put short hair on our doctor, just like that. And then we're going to draw something that the doctor uses on his body. And here we go, we're gonna use a curved line and another curved line. And then we're going to make a curve going down this way and a curve right next to it with a little oval. And we just made the doctor's stethoscope with lines and our oval shape. We're again going to make a piece of paper using our rectangle. You can use words if you want. That is the prescription that the doctor writes for you to get your medicine. And we're going to make that syringe that you get that shot from. What shape did I just use for this picture? Good job. I used a rectangle, a line for the needle part, and there's usually a little curved part right on top. So there you go. All of these pictures we broke up into lines and shapes. We really focused on that on our doctor. So the next time that you're wanting to draw a cat, a house, a tree, think about what shapes could I use first, and then what lines could I use to connect together. So now you will be able to color your picture when you have time. So today we learned about who are good citizens that help us stay safe, community helpers, and we also learned how to draw using lines and shapes. Until next time, keep on practicing using your lines and shapes, and let's be good citizens ourselves. Let's do the right thing, and let's see if we can start helping more people.